about strongman, strength stuff, all of that, and we were thinking about how there is so much more to it than just sets, reps, exercises, that kind of thing. So we wanted to start making some videos just talking about some other things. And today we wanted to talk about training journals, which does not sound exciting. Don't click off of it. This is important. Listen to us. Because if you aren't using one, you are not progressing as fast as you could be. You are not going to be hitting the goals that you want to be hitting. You really need to think about writing down what you're doing and keeping track.
Yeah, memory's a fuzzy thing. You can just go into the gym and I think they call it auto-regulation. You just kind of go by feel. But you're leaving a lot off the table that way. I mean, if you can measure something, you can improve it.
And if you're going by how something feels, like if you're lifting heavy weights, they're heavy. So how are you going to be able to tell the difference? You know, you say, okay, well, that's probably what I can do for a set of 10. We'll just leave it there. But if you're actually tracking it, you might have found out that 2 weeks ago you were doing 20 pounds more for a set of 10. So instead of, doing this progression of just keep adding a little bit, you're just stagnating because you have no idea how many reps you've been doing with it before, what the weight was you were doing with it before. You're leaving gains on the table.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some people, they like to record stuff for TikTok or their YouTube channels or even Facebook. But the video leaves a lot off of the table, right? A lot of information is not included. There's
And you're not gonna scroll back through 6 months of TikToks and count all the weight plates and do all of that. It's so much easier if you have a notebook and you're just gonna flip back.
Yeah, and plus I'd say the bare minimum would be the date, the sets, reps, and weights of the exercises that you're doing. But you can go way more into the weeds, and I think it's even more helpful.
I'm getting into the weeds.
Oh no, there are the weeds. That is the weed.
Oh my God.
You can, where was I? Oh, the more information you put in the journal, the more helpful it can be. And you can see patterns with things that you might not normally see. So video is great, but you can't leave notes.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, my right knee was tweaked a little bit. And
yeah, I only got 2 hours of sleep that night.
Oh yeah, sleep.
Or
oh geez,
coming off of a cold. Or for you lady lifters, if you are not tracking your cycles, you should be doing it.
Yep.
You're going to find out that you felt really crappy and you have no idea why. And like 4 weeks ago, you also felt really crappy and you didn't know why. There is so much with that. I would definitely encourage you to track your cycles and do some research about what's going on throughout the month, because there's a lot going on throughout the month. Sorry guys.
Well, the guys, they have to deal with a lot of stuff too. Like sleep. I mentioned that earlier. That's huge.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks about sleep.
No, and we have a lot of guys who are working swing shift or have young kids or both, and there's a lot that comes from not getting the adequate sleep that you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you're working on like 2 hours a night, yeah, you're not going to get nearly the benefits or the progress that you think you're going to get if you get like, say, 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And now if you put that in a journal, you can see patterns, right? You might have a long stretch of stagnant training. You don't understand why. And then you look back and you're like, well, heck, I wasn't getting nearly enough calories, or I wasn't getting nearly enough sleep. Videos don't show that, other than maybe the circles under your eyes.
Yeah. No, the journal is huge. It sounds silly, but it really can be a game changer to be able to keep track of what you're doing and be able to keep moving forward, so you're not just drifting around hoping that you're going to get stronger by lifting the same weight over and over and over again and never progressing with it. I don't know if it feels like you're going on a walk with us or like we're approaching you in an aggressive manner. I don't want that. I just want to chat and like give you some tips and things that maybe you haven't been thinking of that could help out with your training.
See the geese?
They aren't the kind that come and attack you. They actually get out of your way instead of trying to murder you, which is nice.
Back there. Yep,
It's a great change of pace from other geese.
Everything in frame and watch myself so I don't fall on my ass here.
We don't want anybody to end up in the pond. Do you want us to sit awkwardly in the gym or in our home?